Warning, this video may contain spoilers for the TV show or movie that we discuss in this video. If you have not yet watched the TV show or movie that this video is about, please come back to the video at a later time after you have watched the content that was discussed. You have been warned. How's it going, everybody? This is Rob of Novakast, back with another of Let's Watch Netflix's Dracula, and I have no idea how to respond to this. I really don't. It confuses me at the very end. It's good. It's actually good confused. So it starts off. I thought this was really intriguing because it starts off with what's it called? Like a group of people trying to board this ship to England. Dracula being one of them, and back and forth we get flashbacks of a conversation between Dracula and Helsing. And as the voyage continues, Dracula gorges himself with a variety of different people. It gets to the point where only a certain number of people, like 3 or 4 people that are left, and they have to try to stop him. Now, here's the really, really crazy thing. And he even orchestrated this whole voyage of who was brought onto the ship. You have this scientist who has this vast knowledge of the dead and undead. You have this duchess who is very wealthy. You have another individual who is marrying into wealth that he kills for his money, so he has money when he goes to England. You have a skeptic. You have the captain and his crew, and it's just it becomes interesting as once the bodies start piling up, they're trying to figure out who did it, who's the culprit, and it is such an intriguing thing to watch. I mean, all in all, we know who's doing it, but it's interesting to find for them to try to figure out who is doing it. In the end, they do find out it's Dracula, but at what cost? I mean, Agatha, or Helsing, I'm just going to call her Van Helsing, she ends up having to sacrifice herself at the very end. And the way they do, and I love this plan they come up with, because and I will say it deviates, this whole episode deviates from the original story where he does make it to England and proceeds to go on his killing spree. With this one, he fails in that to some extent, where they find a bunch of boxes that have dirt from Transylvania. They toss them overboard, leaving one. So they use that as a possible lure or bait for him to sneak in and go to sleep in that, and they can kill him while he's sleeping. But that doesn't work. So they proceed to use a Bible and pin the pages of the Bible around in a circle to try to protect them. That doesn't work. Because after one individual gets killed, they end up all trying to kill him. Which, I love this plan that they come up with to some extent, where they do actually pin him down and pin him to the deck of the ship, and there's a huge bottle of rum that they proceed to burn him with. He was like, I'm just thinking, this reminds me of that scene of that freaking Punisher, the Punisher fan film, where you have the gangster being burned alive with a bottle of Jack and a lighter that was given to his girlfriend that he sexually assaulted. But I'm going to say the ending of this episode is very, very interesting because it ends, we think that Agatha's dead. We think that Dracula, there's no way Dracula can escape. I mean, he does. He gets in his box and escapes. And to some extent, we think that, you know, he survives and he actually succeeds. But years, like decades after he failed and had to store himself into the box. That's right. They're pulling a whole... he has been sleeping for the past like several centuries or decades to keep him like under the ocean. As my phone is going off. But yeah. Oh, and it turns out that I don't know if they're gonna try to pull this, but apparently Agatha might be undead. She somehow survived too. Now that may not be her, but we'll see. I'm intrigued by this so far, and I'd love to see more as time progresses. So, all in all, this was a good episode. I enjoyed it. Some of the characters were really interesting. With that being said, it was an awesome episode. I enjoyed it. Okay. I think I've said enough for this episode. It was really cool. Thank you guys for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description. Follow MJ, Aden, and Magi for their streaming content on Twitch and YouTube. Follow the other content that we do. This is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one. Take care. Peace.